Today, I would like to talk about one serious danger of not only game development, but the majority of the modern jobs and hobbies. Welcome to 4th special of Tesaks Devlog. Hello everyone, I'm Tesak. It's not my real name of course, but everyone, even my friends, have been calling me like that for years. I am founder and CEO of Tesaks Entertainment, and with the help of my company I released 2 full games called Puzzle Pieces and Walker of Aldenor for mobile and PC, 2 demo games on itch.io, and right now I am working on Games Defenders, which is my match-3 game with tower defense elements. If this sounds interesting to you, then please subscribe to this channel, as I am talking about game development every single Monday with my devlog series. Anyway, let me start with disclaimer. I am not a doctor and I am not an expert. I am just a guy on the internet that is talking about his own experience, and what works for me might not work for you. So, if you have any health issues, remember, that's what doctors are for. So, to the topic of the video. Game development, same as many other jobs and hobbies in today's world, is sedentary activity. In short, we are sitting too much doing this. This can lead to some serious health issues, and I think the best approach is to try and eliminate as much issues as soon as possible. What makes me think that? Well, I will be 27 this year, and for the last few years I've been dealing with some health issues that are either caused or at least multiplied by simply sitting too much and having bad sitting habits. You might be thinking that from sitting too much, the worst that can happen to you is you will get sore back or maybe mild headache. Well, let me tell you, that's only gonna get way worse from here. Once again, I'm not an expert, but with bad sitting posture, you are really putting unwanted stress on your spine, be it lower portion of your back, your shoulders, or maybe your neck. And each of these places have different ways of messing with your physical and mental health without you even noticing at first. Besides your spine, you might be putting excessive stress on some other parts of your body, like knees, palms, or hips, all with their own sets of problems. All this may include aforementioned back pain and headaches, but also stuff like compromised ability to focus, eyesight problems, being more prone to anxieties, and some more severe stuff that I don't wanna be talking about right now. These usually come later on if the previous symptoms are being ignored for a long time. But hey, I'm not here to talk about health issues, I'm here to talk about what we can do to prevent these health issues as much as possible. Because let's put it this way, if you're a game developer or I don't know, YouTuber, you're probably doing this because it's fun and it's your hobby as well as it might be your job. Or maybe you're just office worker that feels okay with his job, I don't know. Bottom line is, I'm not gonna tell you to change your job or hobby, like some other people are doing. That's not a solution for me. So, first thing first, if you're already experiencing some of these issues, like sore shoulders, back pain, headaches, etc., or maybe even some of the more severe stuff like focus loss, make an appointment with your practitioner and tell him that you are having these issues and you think it's caused by your hobby or job, and ask him what you can do about it. He'll probably ask you a bunch of questions and send you to a physiotherapist or orthopedist. I know, bunch of major words, right? Basically these two professions are specializing on bones and joints and muscles respectively. Ideally you want to end up being sent to some place where these two professions are cooperating rather than competing, because muscles can't really work well without bones and vice versa, and if only one half of the problem gets corrected, well, you can expect the issue coming back eventually. Anyway, in the end these guys will probably correct your back and maybe other parts of your body, and ideally will teach you some exercise to help you in the future, as well as, if you ask, they are generally happy to show you how to sit properly, how to set up your workplace, and how often to take breaks. Remember, you only have one body, so make sure to ask any questions you may have. But hey, maybe you are fine now and you just wanna know what you can do in order to prevent issues like this. And that's what we are going to be talking about today. But let me tell you, if I would go over every single thing I learned during the last few years dealing with these issues, this video would be way over 1 hour in length and nobody would watch that. So I will be talking only about things that I found out works best for me, so please keep that in mind. You will need to do your own research and experiment with stuff to see what works for you. And let's start with sitting posture, because that's where it all starts. Over the years I visited many physiotherapists and orthopedists, and many of them had specific way of sitting they were recommending to their patients, which are generally good tips. Well, these guys are experts, so they should be giving you the correct information, right? I also was shown how to sit properly in school and later on in work, and let me tell you, these were the most poopy ways of sitting I have ever been shown. So, what I gathered over the years is that you generally should be sitting with your head straight, not having your head too much forward like a turtle, nor too much back. You should be trying to quote-unquote follow the top of your head. This in theory should help you straighten your back. At the same time, you shouldn't be pulling in your lower back, and your shoulders should be relaxed with your elbow near your body. Your feet should be on the ground with approximately 90-degree angle at knees, and the computer screen should have its top part at the same level as your eyes. If this sounds like position that's impossible to achieve and be in for more than 10 minutes, then you are correct. That's because if you are going to be focusing and forcing yourself to be in this position, you are only gonna get muscle cramps. This is sitting position that is ideal to hold for a few minutes, sort of like rested position. You get to this position, try to stay like that for a while and then change it to something different. And that's the key. Majority of all the experts told me to change positions frequently, because once you stay in one position for too long, this will cause your muscles to sort of freeze, and that's where all the issues are beginning. Of course, there is exception to that, and that's our neck. We should be at all times trying to have our head straight, because our neck is really prone to getting sore quickly. As well as we should be trying not to be leaning to one side or having one feet or hand stretched too much in comparison to the other. Because being in a symmetric position for too long is gonna get our muscles sort of tired unevenly, which is not good at all, as our body will start to compensate and then it's all gonna get messed up. So the rule of thumb is that you should be really trying to listen to your body and changing positions as often as it tells you. I'm not gonna recommend any time frames because that's different for each of us, but I'm gonna tell you that for me it's usually about 13 minutes, but sometimes I can be sitting in one position for 20 minutes, no problem, and sometimes I need to change position after 2 minutes. It all depends on so many factors. And that's not everything, of course. You should be taking breaks, lasting at least 10 minutes every 40 to 50 minutes, during which you are going to completely change your body posture. This means that you should be walking during this time, or you should lie down and rest for a while. Ideally, you want to go out for a short walk or something like that, but of course, if you are employed, you can't really go for 10 minutes walk every 15 minutes, right? Besides that, if you can, you should be changing your working position from time to time. I personally do have adjustable working desk, which means that when I feel like I can adjust and instead of sitting, I can stand and work. In fact, right now, I'm recording this standing. This is tricky though, because you shouldn't be doing this much without adjustable desk, as having your head pointed down and your arms being all stretched up for the mouse and keyboard and your back bent down a little bit is not healthy at all. So either invest in adjustable desk or just take longer breaks. Oh yeah, and if you're gonna get adjustable table, make sure you are not standing majority of the time, as standing still is not really healthy at all and is dangerous in the long run. Next thing I would recommend is start every break with some quick stretching. For me, the kind of few seconds to 1 minute morning stretch is more than enough, but I know some people that are literally stretching for few minutes every half an hour. So give it a try, check some stretching techniques if needed, and find out what works for you. But hey, there is more. This is all stuff you should be doing during the day when you are actually game developing, making videos, programming, playing games, filling the Excel spreadsheet, drawing, or I don't know what you might be doing. Every day you should take some time out of your day and go for a walk. Just get some movement in your life and this will help you so much. I can't even stress it enough. Literally, just walking for 30 to 60 minutes every day helps so much, and besides that, it's clearing the mind. So it's generally a healthy activity. Of course, there are circumstances where you can't really go out, but if you can, you should. And if you can go into nature, even better. And ideally, over time, making some kind of exercise plan and then exercising a few times per week helps a lot. But of course, it's more time you have to take out of your day. And really, this is like sedentary tasks because yes, it takes away some time, but it's really great in the long run. Important stuff to mention: if you're already feeling bad, your backs are sore or something like that, don't exercise. See your doctor first. Exercising where your body isn't at good condition might possibly make it even worse, and given the fact that we are talking about block vertebrae and stuff, this might be potentially really dangerous. So, now I've said so much stuff, I think everyone who's sitting too much should be doing, but how do you actually start doing all this stuff? Well, that's the tricky part, to be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. So if you are feeling good and you just wanna prevent any health issues, I would start with quick research. Just look what you can do with what you have. Reorganizing your working desk and implementing better sitting habits is really the least you can do, and it's gonna pay out the most. With that done, you can start going for walks. Once you are comfortable with that, you can add stretching, and eventually you can create exercise plan. The point is, don't start everything at once. It's important to start with one thing, get comfortable with it being part of your life, and then adding some more. And I found out, in reality, this is really the key to everything in my life, at least everything new, slowly but surely. Yes, sometimes it's not possible, but when it is, why not make it easy on myself, right? So give it a try as well. Now, if you are not feeling good, well, what are you waiting for? Make the appointment with your doctor and see what can be done. Also, I told you that I'll be giving out some tips where to start with your research. Believe it or not, there is quite a lot of good tutorials for stretching and exercises on YouTube. I would personally recommend yoga for stretching. The sun salutation sequence is really great, and a lot of people made quality videos about it on YouTube, and I guess elsewhere as well. For exercising, I personally found that push-ups are a really great start, modular, scalable and beginner friendly, that you can then build upon with other stuff later on. So, the workplace, right? This is iffy. I really recommend asking some professionals, but my rule of thumbs are: top of my screen needs to be on the same level as my eyes. My main screen is directly in front of me, not a bit to any side. This is important because it helps my neck to stay relaxed. Neck really needs to face forward in order to be relaxed, otherwise it's stretched and it's gonna get sore real quick. Also, my main screen is what I shall be using 95% of the time. Sure, secondary screen is nice and all, third one is even better, but I'm just leaving it open for some quick glance reference stuff, maybe some podcast, maybe as a place to quickly dump open windows. But each time I wanna work with something, I'm dragging it to my main screen that's directly in front of me. And honestly, if you are using laptop, don't use that inbuilt screen. Touchpad and keyboard at all, don't touch that. Just get nice external peripheries. The built-in stuff is made with size in mind, not with ergonomy and user's health. And yes, even Apple's laptops are at fault here. Besides that, some comfortable chair that is gonna give me solid support to my back and head is really important. Let's be honest, you wanna lean into your chair after 7 hours of programming or maybe video editing, I don't know. You're gonna need solid support that's not gonna give up. And remember, if you are leaning into your chair, your neck needs to stay elongated, quote unquote, and in line with your spine. This means you really need headrest as well, otherwise you are setting yourself up for some nasty headaches and migraines. And trust me, you don't wanna experience these. These are the kind of headaches that painkillers does not really work on and that can last for more than one day. I've been there, don't go this route, trust me. In nutshell, screen directly in front of you, sit straight and get chair with headrest. Oh yeah, and definitely get chair that's height adjustable, ideally with adjustable armrests. Although some people does not like the armrests, I don't know, it's really up to you. And if you can't comfortably reach the ground with everything set up, well, get some sort of stool or crate, don't compromise the height of your sitting position. Get the crate or stool under your feet. There are even adjustable feet rests, but these cost some extra cash and are not the highest priority until everything else is set up, to be honest. And be really careful with lumbar support. Many office chairs come with one, but usually it's just too big or it's not adjustable enough for anyone to sit comfortably, and it's gonna do more harm than good. You might find that it's better to get rid of it and use some small pillow behind your back or maybe overball instead. Now, there might be another dozen or so stuff I would like to talk about, but the video is getting long and I talked about all the most important stuff. So, just one last thing, make sure to not overwork yourself. If you feel like you need a break, then take a break. I know this can be hard, but don't crunch needlessly. It's fine to give the project a little bit extra near the end, but don't overdo it. But hey, this all have been just me talking about what works for me. You should definitely go and do your own research, ideally ask the experts. If you're already experiencing some issues, then go ahead and ask your doctor. I am just some guy on the internet. By the way, feel free to share your tips and tricks on this topic in comments. I am curious to what works for other people. And I think I said everything I wanted. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that this was somehow interesting or even informational to you. I hope that I earned your like and subscribe with content like this. And hopefully I will see you next time. See ya!